Everyone's talking about these same tech giants, but what if the real money in tech hasn't even been made yet? Right now, three smaller ASX tech stocks are quietly exploding onto the scene. Not in the usual places, but in the corners of health tech, AI infrastructure, and next-gen data systems that could transform entire industries. Our analysts, which are trusted by outlets like Bloomberg, Sky News, The Australian, and many, many more, are breaking down exactly why these stocks are running, what levels matter most, and how you can trade them like a pro before the crowd wakes up. Stay with us, because by the end of this episode, you'll see why these three names could be the quiet achievers of the next tech boom. I'm Philip Tortevsky, joined by Pedro Banyales, and we are Wealth Within. Good evening, Pedro.
Good evening, Phil. It looks like the market is back in bull territory, doesn't it?
Yeah, look, we've got an amazing show today. We've got, stocks. I don't like to use this word lightly, but, you hear that once in a lifetime type opportunity, and some of these players right now could very well be staring at that. So thank you very much, mate, for joining. Let's get straight into it. Now, first up is Weebit Nano Ltd, which came out with some massive news today. Pedro, what is happening with this stock?
Oh, this is actually pretty big news, I think, for Weebit. They've basically successfully moved their advanced technology, advanced memory tech into major production line with onsemi. So this is a big step towards commercial adoption in their next gen automotive, industrial, and AI chips. So this has the catalyst to push the share price, up quite dramatically. We've had a subdued rise today. It looks like it's only up at around the 3%, but looking at the chart, it does look like it's coming into some interesting levels here. And I can see why it has been subdued, because, it's at a major resistance level at the moment, but, at around that $3.80. But if it does push through with enough volume and momentum, I would expect this to go much, much higher. And ideally, we'd like to see maybe a move up to that $4.50 and then come back, retrace, and then push higher. But as we've seen in the past here in December 2022, in January 2023, that may not always be the case. It may just push through, without any pullbacks here on the monthly. So definitely looking at the weekly chart would be the best, strategy here. And like I said earlier, it is at that critical level around here, around that $3.80. So interesting to see where the buyers come in. Whether this gets pushed higher. The next level to watch out for is around that $4.60. So around this band is going to be an interesting range to watch out for. But, if once this starts to get going, it gets going quite dramatically. And we could be seeing a similar scenario as we saw back here in 2022, like I mentioned earlier. So we do get these little pullbacks before the stock runs. So, great news. Great catalyst and a nice little setup happening here on the chart.
Yeah, it's always nice. I mean, when you get a stock that's now going to market, as you said. But I mean, look, if you like this one, stay tuned for the next one, because I think it's even better. But I want to put my analysis on this stock and have a look at the chart, because, it's one of the few pure plays in this memory technology space, which what we're looking at with all of our stocks today are stocks that are quite unique in the tech space. We spoke off air, Pedro, you and I, about how even in the healthcare space right now, you've got the stable, stalwarts of healthcare, your CSLs, your Sonics, your bigger players getting hammered at the moment. And you go and you look on the other side of healthcare, where you tie it in with the health tech type companies, and they're absolutely finding good growth. 4DX was one that has been seen some growth, and others. So I think the tech area of most sectors there is where a lot of the growth is going, and it's in that smaller space. So I'm really excited about this one. Can we go back to the chart and have a good look at Weebit? Because for me, I think what stands out the most is this $2 to $1.20 level. It's very obvious when you look at it with your eyes. It was massive resistance back through 2013 to 2018. And what was resistance is now support. We've seen it test 1, 2, 3, 4 times as support. But yeah, I'm with you, $4 right now. It's at crucial resistance. It's struggled since 2020 to get through. You can see, 1, 2, 3, 4 occasions. What I really want to see is the seller interaction now. that's really going to give away whether this stock is ready finally to make its breakthrough. And I totally agree. A break above 380, a test of that level is probably the most safest way to look at this. But if we get a strong pop and a test, with some weak selling, this could be the start of that next leg. But the more it continues to consolidate above $2, that for me is what is promising. So it's definitely one to keep a very close eye on. Let's now move on into the next stock, which is Nanosonics Ltd. Now, as I mentioned, if you think this one is got game-changing stuff and it is in a field that is game-changing, stay tuned, because the next stock will blow your mind in terms of what they're doing and how they could make it the investment opportunity of a lifetime. But let's get to Nanosonics right now on the chart and have a good look here, because to me, this one obviously develops and manufactures infection prevention technology, best known for its Trophon ultrasound probe disinfection system, which it's pioneered as a world first, and it's used in hospitals worldwide. But when I look at the technicals of this stock, this is where it gets very, very exciting for me. And we've come off a really nice major consolidation or correction to the tune of about 50%. It's gone from $8 to just under $3, back now at $4. So it's done what a lot of stocks in its long history, when you see this big expansive phase, a healthy pullback is often, the signal of that next big bull run. But when you tie that in with the fact that it's broken through major momentum, we're on the monthly chart here as well, it's found support at a key level of $2.88. It is walking into some resistance here at 507, so be mindful of that. But where this opportunity gets very exciting for me is on the weekly chart. And I want to raise a few things. Yes, we have this beautiful momentum now that we're starting to move higher on each leg up. You can see the first expansion from around 270 up to 380. Then we get a pullback. Look how strong the second expansion is. It's even bigger than the first. Now we've pulled back on a higher base to where we expanded on the $3.80 level, held it, raising up again. We're starting our next leg up. That's why it's exciting, because it's not one of those opportunities where you're late to the party. And we've actually pulled back into, because I've highlighted it here, the major buying. This is where the biggest buying happened in this whole leg up. It's very evident. Just look at the up bars. We've come and we've tested that level, and now we've started to see buying again. The third important point with this stock is the volume. Now, if I zoom it out on the weekly chart, we go back to IPO levels, and that's what I've got as my test marker here. At IPO, the volume was tracking at around 20 million. Throughout the history of this stock, you can see we've come to test 20 million a few times or just under it, but we haven't broken 20 million in terms of volume until we get to the 1st of March 2024, which coincides with this major low through here. So you tie all that in, big volume coming in at potentially a new major low, support, expansion, tests. I don't know what else I need to say about this stock, but if it can keep going and break through $5, I think we're well and truly on the next leg up. And then it's just about identifying or monitoring the resistance level that we might see at 514. But if it can get through 514, I think this one's well and truly on its next leg up. And it could very well get to around those $7 levels. Pedro, what are your thoughts here, mate?
This one's looking great, Phil. I actually quite like this one. It's making a textbook pattern on the weekly chart, and I love the bigger picture here. Our advanced students, I'm sure, if we stick to the monthly chart, would be looking at this, and this would be a very interesting, overall formation that it has formed here. I'm talking about this move up, and of course the ebbs and flows in between. Which, without going into too much detail, it's basically textbook, the way that it has formed, and I would advise anybody in the advanced course to actually have a look at this and put your analysis in. And the fact that it's actually come down back to this critical level that coincides with this previous consolidation and found support, that is another textbook sign that now this stock is on the next leg up. So it's the way that it's forming as well now on the upside. You can see that the personality of this stock on the way down is different to the personality on the way up. As it moves up, we have these moves to the upside, then sideways consolidation, move to the upside, then a bit of sideways consolidation, then the breakout. It's doing exactly that now on this right-hand side of the chart, move up, sideways consolidation, move up, and then we've got that sideways kind of down consolidation. So I would expect this to then pop to the upside. This is an opportune time to be looking at this, because you don't want to be in at the FOMO type levels, which we often see traders do. They get in when the stock is already up above that $7.80. That's when it comes on the news. People are talking about it. We're hearing more and more with EOS, a stock that we identified a long time ago that was looking nice, and then now that it's up at critical levels, you start to get people asking about it. So this is a time to be looking at this stock for me, and I think it's got very big upside to come.
Yeah, and it just proves, I mean, when you look at our charts, we don't have a million indicators on there. It's really just about understanding, what price is telling you with some really time and tested rules and strategies, which we do teach. So please do go and check out our website. It is wealthwithin.com.au. We do offer a government accredited share trading course. A lot of the stuff that is in here is very, I guess, entry level, but it gives you an indication of what you're able to do when you can look at these stocks and identify, as Pedro said, the opportunities before they come, not look at the opportunities once they've run 400, 500% and then think, okay, maybe now's a good time. So if you do want an introduction, before doing the course, go and check out this book. It is How to Beat the Managed Funds by 20% by Dale Gillham. It is free. You just have to pay the shipping. The link is in the comment section in this video below. There isn't a better time to get serious about trading than now with the market the way it is. Many, many opportunities, much more than the ones you're seeing today. So let's now move on, Pedro, to our third stock, which is Brainchip Holdings. It's another one that, again, it's not in the bucket of already run. It's one of those opportunities that we're bringing that have the potential to, dare I say, be another one of those once in a lifetime opportunities. But anyway, please get into it, get into the chart and tell us what you think.
Yeah, this one's an interesting one. So don't let the name fool you. It's not an actual chip that they implant in your brain. It's basically a chip that mimics how the brain works. So, we're not getting all Elon Musk on you. So basically, they develop a neuromorphing processor that mimics how the human brain processes information, ultra low power and capable of on-device learning, and is used in AI applications like robotics, autonomous vehicles, and competes in a field that's advanced that only a handful of companies globally like Intel and IBM are experienced at this level. So that already sounds promising. Now, of course, a lot of people hear that and they say, all right, well, look, AI is in a trend at the moment. IBM, Intel, robotics, and they think, all right, I'm buying. But when is the right time to buy? That's what we, want to answer on the chart, because it's not about just blindly buying a stock just because the story is good. And that's what many traders do. Many traders that come to us, and I do hear that when I'm doing the intro course with students, they say, well, I would buy on a whim or because, the story was good and so on. And then now I'm stuck with the stock. I'm 20, 30% down and I don't know what to do with it. So that's just a preface to what I'm about to say. Basically, this stock, it hasn't been doing much for the last year, but it is at critical levels at the moment. It's trading at 20 cents, and you can just see the types of moves that it can do, up around that 100% to that upside down until it hits that critical resistance level. But this is another one that you want to get in before these runs. You don't want to be these people that buy up here at the 2022 high thinking that, all right, well, this is going to keep moving. It's in the news. It's come out with some, new thing or something. And then you buy in only for the share price to drop. So you want to buy in at a good time. So you got a nice runway so you can let the stock breathe as well. And basically it could do something like this, up to that 40 cent level, 4 cent. It is 40 cent level. And then it could actually break above it and then come back down, to that level there and kind of trade sideways, or it could just blow right past it. But I would be looking at the weekly chart here for opportunities. You'd want to be looking at volume coming into it as well on the up moves. Right now, it opens and closes are very close together. There's something going on here. There's indecision. The sellers are not really coming in. The buyers are not really coming in. It's just trailing sideways. I would expect that if there's any news about this, positive, it's going to pop to the upside. And you'd want to be having a look at some clear rules around how to get in when that happens. So, again, it's forming a textbook type pattern. I'm getting, early signs here of what we generally see before a major run. So I like this. For me, it's a watch, but huge upside.
Yeah, I want to get your thoughts a little bit more on that, because you raised some very, very important points about when you're talking about you're getting vibes that, it's looking like it's about to pop. And it's got nothing to do with what the company may or may not come to report. But from what I know what you're talking about. You're talking about the way price action is unfolding. Again, something we do teach. And how crucial is it from what you've seen throughout history when stocks do line up like this? Because to me, this is a very exciting opportunity for the fact that you are early. And yes, it is one to watch, but how often have we seen throughout history this very repeatable type price action when you know what you're looking for, when you can understand why stocks of this nature start to form in this type of manner, that it does lead to something next? I mean, it's not like some people go out there and, it's you got to wait for this or you got to wait for that. But no, price action tells you everything, often before it's about to come. And that's why I understand when you're talking about what you're saying in terms of right now, the way this is lining up, more likely than not, sooner rather than later, there's going to be a breakout, whether it's up or down, but there's going to be volatility. So it's time to start watching, as opposed to, stocks like we've covered on this show and others, Drone Shield, EOS, Linus, they're up 60, 70, 80, 100, 200. EOS is up 400%. And then you get the email saying, hey guys, what do you think now? But it's too late.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, we use the chart to tell us where the money is flowing, because, big institutions aren't going to come out and say, hey guys, guess what? We're going to inject, $100 million into this stock. We're going to gradually buy this stock over the next year. And we're going to be doing this. That you can't get that type of information as a retail trader. So what we can do is look at the chart, because that reveals their hand and that reveals where the money is going and in what way it's going. And, and I know what you're alluding to, that, basically this type of formation, it's like a spring. It kind of, springs, it coils back, until it pops to either side. It could be down, it could be up. But as traders, we need to have a look at both situations and be ready for when either one comes. So basically, this is our best case. Best way to find out where the money's flowing and how we can ride on the back of that.
Yeah, fantastic. All right, now if you want more hot stock tips, check out our video, 3 ASX stocks to break out in October. Bye now.